Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.
We all know that 705 Sports loves to take questions from the community, and we're looking to go one step further. Send in your video question and it will be used on the show. Dan and I will break down your question and answer it the best to our ability so you can really feel you're a part of the 705 Sports community. 705 Sports airs every Friday at noon on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page, plus our video on demand service at SiouxOnline.com.
École publique Éco des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique Éco des Rapides for their child. Register your child January 17th to the 21st at epedr.cspgno.ca. Parce que je vois grand.
Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
Do your part to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Cough into your elbow, not into your hand or in the air. Avoid touching your face, eyes, and mouth. Keep your distance from people. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. If you're feeling sick, please just stay home. Do the 5 and keep others alive. Help stop the spread of COVID-19.
Good morning and welcome to First Local Mornings. It's Friday. We made it.
Friday. It's a freezing Friday,
Yeah.
too.
Freezing
Minus
Friday.
27, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, it's gotten colder.
It's pretty cold. But you know what? It could have been worse because like in 1965, it was minus 34.4. So
Wow.
that's a lot colder.
That is a lot
And in
colder.
1947, it was a lot warmer at 5.6 degrees. So you can see how the temperatures fluctuate in January.
Well,
for
sure.
We had 103 centimeters of snow in 1982.
Ooh.
And we only have 30 centimeters today.
Well, there you
So, you know,
Everybody's always quick to scream climate change. Is it climate change? And now watch what's going to happen to me, the backlash. Or do we just have like more sensitive equipment to track the trends? What do you think?
I think it is partly climate change.
Okay.
I think it happens naturally,
Yes.
but I think man has sped up that process.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So I think a lot of people don't understand that part. They think, you know, we created this difference in weather, and we did, but we've sped it up, and then it's a natural cycle of the Earth.
Okay.
You know, where there's freezing, there's hot, and stuff like that. But you know, the extreme weather is happening more and more and more over the last 10 years, especially.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it has something to do with climate change, but not today.
And I
right?
will say that it's not that I don't believe in climate change. I just also know that our equipment is a lot more sensitive.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, we have a lot better equipment now, but still, sometimes the forecast can be off.
You know, and sometimes the
no matter what
sensitivity
you
of the
have.
equipment is the telling tale, the
That's right.
factor that makes the difference.
That's
And
right. That's right.
Yes.
So what else?
What else? Kids go back to school on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the game plan in this moment. As I've shared with you, Craig, it is not unusual for parents to receive, you know, the auto call and the email over the weekend saying, you know, and to be fair, I mean, the teacher sent out a message through Edsby, which is this really cool communication platform, just kind of like a receptacle for all things to do with your kids in their school. But what they say, what she was asking is, just, you know, let me know if your kid's coming back in person on Monday or if you're going to keep them on the remote learning until February 3rd. And it was just like, I heard this, like, this huge, like, bong, bong, like, February 3rd, what? No, oh, no. You know, but then it puts the little seed of doubt in your head, and you're like, I don't know what to do.
Well, I think you're hoping for January, Monday.
Yeah,
or
well, I think that it would be in my household, in everybody's best interest, mental health being what it is. And I do believe in my heart that the benefits of the social component of school far outweigh, you know, my concerns.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and to honestly, like my kids, the schools they attend, they've done a spectacular job. So, you know, I'm banking on Monday. I hope it happens. You know, so all you parents out there, you know, just make the best decision.
Are we
that
taking
you can.
bets? Are we taking bets?
Maybe we should
Maybe we should. Anyway, you got some news to do, so
Do you hear
let's
what he
get
just
that.
said? Time
No,
to get Craig off the
the
set.
set. I know.
What, do I have like a button?
I'm
I can just,
leaving.
like eject him. Like he's like. All right. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Yes. Yes. First thing right off the top. Yesterday we did bring you information about a lovely young woman who was reported as missing. I am pleased to let you know that Alyssa Maione has been safely located and is no longer considered to be missing. So thanks to anybody who was able to share information that resulted in the location of this lovely lady. All right. Yesterday, about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, emergency services did respond to a collision in the downtown core. Upon arrival, 2 vehicles were discovered blocking the northbound lanes of Bruce Street, and this took place like right in front of the Breakfast Pig. So firefighters did provide traffic control and cleanup while police investigated the incident. It's indicated that the northbound traffic was backed up almost to Wellington, and paramedics could be seen leaving the site of the collision with one person in their back area. I don't. What do you call the back area of an ambulance? It's not their trunk.
We'll call it the back area.
The back area, the business area of the ambulance. Okay. No word on the condition of the individual. It is, of course, our hope that they are not severely injured. We also have no word on any other injuries, nor do we know the cause of the collision in this moment. We are sure to keep you up to date as information becomes available. Okay, I'm going to
preempt Craig because he went ahead and posted the article to the website, which means I get access to it first. So talking about today, of course, a day where it's going to be looking great from the inside. And I did notice, and if you didn't notice, I'm sorry you missed it, the sunrise was spectacular. It was so pretty. But the reality is you step outside and your face almost falls right off. So we are looking at an Arctic high pressure system planting itself right over top of the Great Lakes. Starting last night it started, allowing for the coldest air of the year to move in for about 48 hours. So it's not going anywhere in the short term. Temperatures are forecast to drop to minus 27 or colder in Sault Ste. Marie. I think last night we topped out at about minus 29.
We could have, yes.
Yeah, all right. Oh, you're not giving it up, eh? Oh, all right. Environment Canada, of course, has correspondingly issued an extreme cold warning for most of Northern Ontario. Sault Ste. Marie actually is not part of the warning, but still will be dangerously cold with strong wind chill values approaching the minus 40 mark. Kind of makes you yearn for minus 29. So the cold warning is in effect for Agawa, Lake Superior area, Searchmont, Montreal River, Batchewana Bay. So again, the wind chill values near minus 40 and having to do with bitterly cold Arctic air. So I'll let Craig, give us more details on that. But the advice in this moment is to dress warmly. Dress in layers that you can remove if you get too warm. The outer layer should be wind resistant. Those of us from the 80s, we know what to wear to break the wind. Did I just say? I meant windbreakers, not, anyway. All right, on to the next story because there's simply no way to recover from that. Okay. Ontario, good people watching the replay. Did she say break the wind?
She did.
All right, Ontario businesses. So of course, many businesses have been forced to significantly restrict their operations or close entirely during this re-entry into a modified Step 2 of the Reopening Ontario plan. Now the Chamber of Commerce is calling on the provincial government to announce if businesses shuttered under the latest pandemic restrictions, are they in fact going to be allowed to reopen on the 26th? President and CEO Rocco Rossi says in a statement that did come out yesterday that now that the province has said schools will return on Monday, it's time to provide, the same level of transparency and clarity with regards to businesses. So restaurants, of course, ordered to close for indoor dining, museums, zoos, other such attractions, gyms, indoor recreation facilities, cinemas, indoor concert venues, and retail settings and personal care services were capped at a 50% capacity. Rossi says that businesses, in particular small businesses, have certainly suffered greatly over the last 2 years, and they are also in need of some clarity. Employers, workers, families need to be able to plan to see what metrics are guiding the government's decisions to impose and lift the restrictions. It has been a difficult 2-year period for many businesses. We did recently announce the closure of the Canuck, which was formerly the Canadian, closing their restaurant and dining capacity, still keeping the accommodation portion of their operation happening. However, the owner, I believe it's Brogno, Jim Brogno, Mr. Brogno anyway, he did indicate that, it was simply too difficult to kind of navigate the uncertainties of the open and close cycle that many businesses have found themselves in. Okay, I'm being nudged on into Craig, so let's get some information about the bitter cold and the Arctic mess that we find ourselves in.
Or just taking a look at our live look at the waterfront. It does look a little chilly out there, but we are going to see some sun. So it's going to look like it's going to be a nice day, a nice warm day, but it's actually going to be a very cold day. So yeah, like Heidi said, bundle up because you can freeze very quickly in this type of conditions. Let's take a look at your 12-hour forecast. This is what we look like for today. Plenty of sun in the forecast for today. We're going to see some passing clouds maybe this afternoon. Temperatures, though, we're at minus 27 now. We're going to warm up to minus 17. You're not really going to feel that. Minus 20 for your evening, and then dropping down to the magic number of minus 30 overnight tonight. So that cold air is sticking around for tonight and into our day Saturday. Let you know just how long these cold conditions are going to last in your 3-day forecast and your 7-day forecast coming up. Heidi?
I'm not sure if I can accept that, so we're going to have to rework that forecast. Anyway, we are about to hop into the world of our sponsors, our generous business community, so go fill your cup and do bother yourself to come on back. When you do, I've got some information about volunteer opportunities locally, a business, a much-loved business in particular, that is looking for the community's support, COVID numbers, some information on boosters, and popular baby names. Fill your cup and come on back.
Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants, small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the chamber today.
Good morning. Welcome back to this frosty Friday, January the 14th edition of First Local Mornings. As always, happy to be here talking to you, at you. I'm going to rip through the COVID numbers, just get that done. Yesterday, Algoma Public Health did report 62 new cases of COVID-19. However, the active cases have dropped by 43. So currently we are looking at 593 active cases. We do have 9 individuals in the hospital, with one of those being from a public health unit outside of Algoma. We can list 2,243 cases as being resolved. And unfortunately, the number of individuals who have passed as a result of COVID-19 has increased by 1, and that sits at 21. So breaking it down regionally here in the Algoma area, 45 new cases are attributed to Sault Ste. Marie and area, 6 to Central and East Algoma, 4 to Elliott Lake and area, and 7 to North Algoma. Provincially, Ontario is reporting 3,630 people in the hospital due to COVID-19 and 500 people in intensive care. That is an increase from the 3,448 people that was reported the day prior, and 5 fewer people in the intensive care units. 35 new deaths as per the virus were reported yesterday. Provincial data shows that 82% of Ontarians 5 and older have received two doses of a COVID-19 vaccine, and 88% have at least 1 dose. All right, so we've got that business out of the way. You know what? Our Sioux Greyhounds are going to play again this weekend. They are playing the Owen Sound Attack. There are 2 games scheduled, one on Saturday night with the puck dropping at 7:07, and one for Sunday afternoon scheduled at 2:07. And as always, I love the moments when I can say Jacob Moore is in the studio with me, our sports analyst, to give us a little bit of information about this next set of games played to an empty arena.
Well, thanks, Heidi, again for having me. I love coming in the morning and that good old minus 29. But you know what this is? Again, as you mentioned, this is going to be another empty arena game, which I don't see it being as big of an issue this time for the Greyhounds. They struggled with it last weekend, as we saw, but I think now they're used to it. They're used to the emptiness, the quietness, the lack of fans cheering them on and getting their momentum back going. So I do think the Hounds are going to have a stronger game over the weekend. So as you said, they play twice this weekend against an Owen Sound team that is lower in the standings, but again, there's only a 9-point difference between the teams. The OHL Western Conference is pretty tight from like the top teams in the West to the lower seeds. So again, I do expect this to be a very tight series. The Greyhounds don't want to lose 3 or 4 straight, so they're going to want to try to at least take a split in these games, if not win them both. If you're looking for a full breakdown on this game, though, of course, I have an article on Sioux Online, plus have much more on 705 Sports today at noon, which we'll be talking about that. Plus, this is the first time the Hounds are going to be playing with their new team after the trade deadline.
Ooh, yes. And I believe there were 2 significant acquisitions.
Yes, there were 2 major trades.
Okay.
The big one was definitely Jack Thompson. That was the biggest trade that
Right.
the fans were the most excited about.
Okay.
So this will be his debut with the Hounds.
Okay, awesome. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, and as so many of us have had to, the Hounds will play once again to an empty arena, and they're just going to have to adjust. All right, moving on then. So, you know, just because I like to kind of keep it light and lively, I like to kind of consider the names that people are applying to their babies as they're born because, you know, there is a tally. People do keep track of these things, and I have for you the most popular names for babies in Ontario for the year of 2020. I'm not sure why it's that far behind, but I guess, you know, it takes time for people to gather the data and crunch the numbers and make those designations. But the top baby names in Ontario for 2020 were Olivia and Noah. So Olivia has now been the top baby girl name in Ontario for over a decade, with 11 consecutive years in the #1 spot. Charlotte also continues as the second most popular name for girls. Noah took the top spot as the most popular name for boys for a second year in a row, with Liam following closely behind. This year, we also welcomed Isla, Theodore, and Leo to the top 10. So the top 10 names for girls then, in order: #1, Olivia; #2, Charlotte; #3, Emma; #4, Amelia; and #5, Sophia. I'm pleased to note that 2 of my children are ranking in the top 5. That's not an accident. Anyway. And then for the boys, we're looking at, once again, the top 5: Noah, #2, Liam; #3, Benjamin; #4, Oliver; and #5, Jack. So, you know, and part of this article, which of course is always posted to our website at siouxonline.com, Service Ontario now has a 5-in-1 newborn bundle that was updated this past fall, making it even easier to register a birth. The refreshed newborn bundle allows parents to quickly apply for their child's birth certificate, social insurance number, Canada Child Benefits, including the Ontario Child Benefit, and Education Savings Referral Service, all in one snappy application. So, you know, if you are expecting, please know that this is available. It's a very handy tool, even more significantly expanded from the last time I accessed it. Okay, we're going to pop back on over to Craig before we move through some other news items. Craig, what you got?
Thanks very much, Heidi, and I hope you're ready for the big chill, because that's what we're going to have today. Temperatures aren't going to really warm up at all today. I mean, we are sitting at -27. We're going to be rising to -18 later on, but with the wind chill, it's still going to feel pretty cold out there, and it's because we have a high pressure system sitting right over top of us, giving us plenty of sun for today and also tomorrow. Be thankful that we are missing this big storm, which is going to be tracking this way up and around the Great Lakes. That's a major winter storm that could have dumped another foot of snow here. It's going to bypass the Sioux altogether. Don't have to worry about it. We just have to deal with the cold. Let's take a look at the radar. We do see a little bit of flurry activity in the Marquette area. Really nothing to worry about here, though. We have a little bit of cloud, but we're going to lose those clouds and see mainly sunny skies for today, and see a little bit of cloud move in later on this afternoon. Let's take a look now at the temperatures. We are way off the mark, considering that our normal daytime high is around -6. we're going to be hitting minus 17, minus 18, minus 22 in Wawa, minus 24 in Timmins. We're all very cold, minus 17 even in Thunder Bay. Those temperatures are going to stick around for at least another day before we start rebounding those temperatures come Sunday. This is what we look like. This is that big storm I was telling you about. It's going to be tracking this way. So it's just missing us because we could see some wraparound cloud from this on Saturday as it kind of tracks up the eastern seaboard. But be thankful we are missing that. We have high pressure sitting over us. We're just going to have to deal with some very cold temperatures, especially at night. This is what we look like for your 3 days. For today, frigid, that's the word, but sunny. So it's a nice day to look outside from the inside. Minus 17 for your high. With the wind chill, though, it's still going to feel like minus 26. Minus 15 for your Saturday, so slightly warmer, but again, it's still going to be frigid. But plenty of sun and some a mix of cloud. And the same story for Sunday. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures rebound nicely, though, on Sunday to minus 6. And then guess what? We dive right back down again sometime next week. I'll give you those details coming up on the 7-day forecast. Heidi?
Talking about Arctic temperatures and like, yay, it's going to be sunny. The sun mocks me in that moment when it's so cold that it hurts to breathe. Anyway, let's take a moment to breathe as we listen to the words from our sponsors. You can fill your cup, you come back. I've got a few more interesting tidbits for you. Of course, social media, an interesting factoid. And I do really want to get to some of these fabulous deals from our friends at the Esquire. So fill your cup, come on back.
Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
École publique Éco des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique Éco des Rapides for their child. Register your child January 17th to the 21st at epedr.cspgno.ca. Parce que je vois grand.
Good morning and welcome back to First Local Morning. Quite a bit more stuff to move through, but I do want to take a moment because again, in this time, so many businesses are having difficulty. The Esquire has reached out to us. They have put together some fantastic deals. I can't wait to tell you about this. So reminding everybody that their takeout hours of operation, Monday to Thursday from 4 until 9, Fridays from noon until 9. So right now, they are offering something called Family Feast. So all of these specials are $50, taxes included. So you're looking at 2 Big E burgers and fries, or 25 wings, or Esquire enormous nachos, or an esquisadilla platter. And all of these specials include 6 Molson Tall Boys. Yeah, and of course, you know, Fridays is the porchetta party. Family-sized porchetta serves 4, includes potato salad, bread, and 6 Molson Tall Boys. Pre-orders are appreciated, and you can place your order by calling 705-949-0250. And I'm going to keep reminding you about this because it's making me hungry and thirsty.
Me too.
All at the same, I mean, it is after all Friday. I'm just going to 6 Tall Boys.
It is 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so what can I tell you? in this time of global pandemic, countries are busy watching other countries for tips, cues, sharing of collective information so we can understand kind of how this is evolving, how it's playing out. Now, regulators for the European Union are warning that frequent COVID-19 booster shots could have an adverse effect on the immune system. So again, frequent COVID-19 booster shots. So this came through a report that was originally seen on BNN Bloomberg. The head of biological threats and vaccine strategies for the European Medicines Agency, Marco Cavalieri, had this warning. He said boosters can be done once or maybe twice, but it's not something that we can think should be repeated constantly. We need to think about how we can transition from the current pandemic setting to a more endemic setting. So, he seems a very rational educated individual. They continued to say that boosters administered every 4 months could actually weaken the immune system. They suggest moving the vaccine program to start at the onset of cold season in each location in the same way that the flu vaccine is administered. So, switching over now to focus specifically on Israel, they've already started administering a second booster or fourth shot to citizens over 60. The United Kingdom has, in this moment, deemed the fourth shot not necessary, as what they're observing indicates that the booster is providing sufficient coverage, but of course they continue to vigilantly monitor the data and any emerging trends. Now in Canada, as of January 1st, almost 6.6 million third doses, or about 34% of Canadians who had a second dose. There were also over 15,000 fourth doses administered. So in Ontario, the only age group over 75% of their boosters is in the 80 plus. Okay, so just kind of trying to provide all of the information so people have what they need to make the decisions that they have a right to make for themselves, to choose.
So eventually we're going to be treating this like the flu.
Well, it seems to, we can't continue in the way we're continuing. No. I mean, from what I'm hearing, Omicron seems to be, although far more transmissible and certainly a point of concern, seems to be milder in terms of the symptoms that it produces. I am not an epidemiologist. I am not a medical professional.
What?
I know.
What are you talking about? I thought you were.
What I do is consume information, process it, and then use it to make choices for me and mine, because that's what people do, and that's what we.
There's tons of doctors on Facebook.
There are. I had no idea how many of my friends were medical professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. What's that? Oh, Elvis. Elvis.
Ooh, Elvis.
Let's get into this factoid. So, on this day, January 14th in 1973, Elvis Presley makes television history when a claimed estimate of 1.5 billion viewers. This is 1973.
I remember watching this.
1.5 billion viewers worldwide tune in to watch the live broadcast of Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. Look at them. Look at them.
Yeah.
Awesome. And this, of course, was broadcast via satellite. However, what is being said, and there's always got to be a naysayer, right? 1.5 billion? I don't think so. However, the estimated viewership is somewhat inflated, considering there were fewer than 1 billion total viewers in the countries in which it aired. Okay, somewhere between 1 and 1.5 billion.
Who's
a lot of people tuned in to watch Elvis. It was also the most expensive entertainment special up to that time, costing $2.5 million.
Jeez.
This concert was a way for him to perform live overseas, since his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, was an illegal immigrant and feared that if he tried to leave the country, he might be deported back to his native Holland. There you have it.
There you go.
Factoid.
I remember watching that with my mom.
Back to me. All right.
Are we doing social now, or is that
We're
where
going to
we
do
are?
social very quickly. I also want to say that CLA is seeking volunteer to fill an addition on their finance committee. Okay, we do have information posted to the website, and I will give you more information on this opportunity on Monday. However, CLA, very worthy organization. If you're looking for that wrong camera, if you're looking for that relevant and beefy volunteer opportunity, do consider CLA. All right,
Okay, before we start, I just noticed that my Aunt Margaret is watching, and she's in England. So, hi, Aunt Margaret.
Is that Margaret McKeag?
No.
Oh.
It'll be Margaret Huckerby.
Oh. All right. Well, it doesn't always follow.
I know. But hi, Margaret.
I've been
Say hi.
I've been squished. Come on. All right. Jim Whitty beating everybody to the punch this morning. Good chilly morning. Yes, it is very chilly, and I bid you a good day and a great weekend. Whitty, Jim Whitty.
We just dropped a degree, by the way. We're at minus 28 now. Go on. Carry on.
My face hurts just thinking about it. Okay. Margaret McKeag then says, good morning, all. Good morning, Margaret. Nice to hear from you. Heather Starling Spears, good morning. Good morning, Heather.
Morning.
Jim Whitty, I'm reading the new Dr. Seuss book titled The Cat in the Hat, Mitts, Gloves, and Parka. Okay. Cat in the Hat is actually one of my favorite books.
Yeah, me too.
I can recite it verbatim. Can you?
I can't.
Uh-huh. Well, Heidi Unchained, it's coming at you. Bradley Evoy, good morning. Happy Friday. It is a happy Friday despite the cold. Good morning to you, Brad. Barbie Dow, holy snappin', it's darn cold out. Good morning. Yes, it is darn cold out, Barbie. Well said. Oh, Bradley Evoy, fun fact. If you rearrange the letters of postmen, they become very angry. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Brad, for that fun fact. Kimberly Seabrook, good morning, all. Good morning, Kim. Joanne Burmaster says morning. She's got a cup of coffee. I'm jealous. Bradley Evoy, with the growing uncertainty of these trying times, stress can sometimes get out of hand and frustration can set in. So please take my advice. When you get angry, take a deep cleansing breath and count to 10, then throw a punch at 8. Nobody expects that. Awesome.
I like that.
I don't know.
I'm going to use that today.
Be warned, my coworkers. If I start counting, be away from me before I get
Watch
to 8.
out for 8.
Enika says, good morning, all. Have a nice Friday and a great weekend to you as
too.
well, Enika. Jim Whitty greeting Brad and laughing at his joke. Debbie Clayton, morning. Have a great weekend. Good morning, Debbie Clayton. I hope you have a nice weekend as well. Stay warm. Kathy Ramsey says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Kathy.
That sounds new. Sounds like a new viewer.
Kathy Ramsey, no, I'm pretty sure I've interacted. New to you, okay. So, welcome, Kathy to Craig, Craig to Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
And Steph Swanson pops in to say happy Friday, stay warm all. Marilyn Dunn, good morning all, go Hounds go. Yes, go Hounds go, and don't be frightened by the lack of sound. Okay. Tori Nicole Bello Henderson from Charlevoix. Oh. You're going to send us the pictures of the castle, or maybe you're not close to the castle. No pressure, no pressure. I just would love to see it. Good morning, Heidi, crew, family, and friends. It is minus 14, which is 7 degrees Fahrenheit here in Charlevoix, Michigan. She's speaking your language. Have a great day. Be safe and be kind to one another. Yes, good words to govern us as we head forward into the weekend. Allie and Ron, usually Allie, waving, smiling, drinking coffee, fantastic. That's my kind of lady. Kathy Ramsey says TGIFF. There's an extra F in there.
What does that mean?
Thank goodness it's Flippin' Friday.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Kathy Ramsey says thanks. Oh, no, she clarifies for us. Okay, Kathy.
Oh, was it?
Thank God it's Family Friday. Yes, it's very wholesome. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, Elijah. My cousin Elijah. Elijah's watching too. Hee hee. Aw, Elijah, you're watching live. I love it. Thank you. Yes, the weekend is upon us, my friend. Stay frosty. 7 days.
Well, I have the 7-day for Elijah coming up. Minus 14 for your day tomorrow. Plenty of sun, though. Tomorrow will be passing clouds. So another day just like today. We warm up slightly for the beginning of the week, and then we dip right back down again. Temperatures overnight, though, still fairly chilly in the minus 20s. But again, we don't have a lot of snow, though Wednesday's looking questionable at this moment. We're watching another system, and we could see some more accumulation come Wednesday, but hey, that's still several days away, and things could change. There you go.
There you go. I really don't, I'm kind of out of language at this point.
What?
I know. I talk endlessly every day, all day long. I talk and I talk and I talk. I'm out of words. I am out of words. So, you know what?
History has been made.
Yeah.
What?
Unnecessary. There's one more word. Unnecessary. Okay. Have a great weekend. We look forward to being back here with you again on Monday. Stay warm.
Have a good one.
It's Jacob Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports is now expanding. We will now be airing 705 Sports headlines Wednesdays at noon. This will be a much shorter, quicker version of 705 Sports, where we'll be talking about all the biggest stories in sports, but not breaking them down quite the same way we do on the full show, which will still be every Friday at noon. So make sure you turn in to 705 Sports headlines every Wednesday at noon, starting this Wednesday.
First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.